What sets us apart is truly the individual touch points. We care about one t-shirt as much as we care about 500 t-shirts. And so if there is a kid who doesn't have the right size shirt, we do what we can to make that right. No kid should be left without a field trip t-shirt. If someone is uncomfortable with the sizing that we offer, we do allow for them to bring in something that we decorate, and we do go that extra mile from managing art to tracking to just over communicating in the same way really TMA does. It's just that constant touch point. My name is Kelly Anderson, and I am the owner of 185 Promotions and Apparel. We have just celebrated 10 years in business, and we work with clients of all shapes and sizes. We do all promotional items and apparel for schools, corporations, non-for-profits, construction, basically you name it. And that includes putting your logo on pens, pad folios, name tags, tablecloths, all of those things. Anything that you can think to put your logo on, we pretty much can find it. You can point to something in a catalog and pick it, and we can order those all day long. But when we really get to flex our creative muscle, that's where we shine. We started with just 2 of us, grew to 3 pretty quickly, and it was a salesperson that we added. And then from there, it seemed about every 2 years, a friend of mine or someone that I knew really well or a client that was like, I think I'd love what you do. And I was like, I think you'd love what I do. And so then over time, our team just kind of grew organically from people who love promo items. And that's kind of where I started, is really just loving buying promo items and thinking I could do this. And that's what prompted me to even open the company when I was kind of in a, what am I gonna do next career mode. Initially, some of the biggest challenges were just trying to set up a company. There isn't a book for that really, or a how-to to set up a small business. And so first and foremost, the thing that I was the most concerned about was the accounting piece. I'm a marketing girl at heart, and that's what I do and that's what I know. And numbers are my arch nemesis in some ways. You're only as strong as the team that you surround yourself with. So I needed to find someone or a company who could really manage the numbers for us and talk them through to me in a way that would make sense and help me run my business. We first started with another firm outside of TMA. Right away, it felt chaotic. Week 2, I was getting IRS letters and I was like, what is happening? This is very stressful and this is so out of my wheelhouse that you are stressing me out and this has to stop. And then they kind of just kept going, and we probably got 3 or 4 within a 2-week period, and that felt pretty negligent to me and pretty scary actually. I mean, when you're starting out in a new business, you only know what you know. And so when you bring in people who know the other pieces of it and it doesn't feel like they're doing their job and you don't know how to do their job, that creates a lot of anxiety. Once I realized the other firm wasn't a fit, I took a little bit of time to search for a new firm, ask for referrals. TMA came highly recommended. The process with TMA was pretty clean and cut forward and simple, and so it was an easy decision. It just felt like a better fit right away. I was comfortable. I was made to feel comfortable. They assured me that the early issues that I was having with the other firm wouldn't be issues that we would have, and that has 100% been the case. And I didn't get any IRS letters. So that was a great way to just start that relationship right away. I think that they get it. Like, that's what they do day in and day out for all of their clients. And so they are definitely taking that part of the numbers piece off of my plate to where then I can go sell. So it has helped us grow because I can focus on what I need to focus on instead of focusing on scary numbers and audits and taxes and all of the things that just sound painful to me. When we started, we were just right about $1 million in business. And this year we will cross the $3 million threshold, I think, right, Kathy? She tells me we will. Kathy is super calm, and that is always really nice. I just feel like she's very steady. She just comes in and presents our numbers and talks us through it. She's just kind of a calm force that always has our back and always just answers our questions quickly and expeditiously and in a way that makes sense to me and doesn't necessarily talk over my head or try to, over-explain anything. She's just very straightforward. Just having someone with that level of expertise and that level of just diligence has been really helpful. And it's been reassuring to me to have that constant touch point. At any point, I can reach out to TMA and know that I'm going to get an answer usually the same day or, within 24 hours, whether it's payroll related or whether it's taxes related. So having that freedom to really just do what's in my client's best interest, knowing on the backside TMA is doing what's in my best interest, is super helpful. And what is somewhat unique about being able to do what we do is I can run a business without really having to focus hardcore on the day-to-day numbers.